Welcome to Project Learning Tree's Fire in Alaska series, Lesson 1, Forest and Tundra Ecology. In this lesson, you'll learn about two fire-dependent ecosystems, the boreal forest and tundra, and the role fire plays in changing plant and animal communities. In this lesson, you will learn about the boreal forest and tundra, examine the living and non-living components of each ecosystem and how they interact with one another, identify the stages of succession, and learn what impact succession has on plant and animal communities. The boreal forest is the largest and northernmost forest ecosystem in the world, spanning across the northern parts of Canada, Scandinavia, and Russia. In Alaska, it is located predominantly in the interior of the state. From the air, the boreal forest looks like a giant patchwork or mosaic of black and white spruce, balsam poplar, birch, and aspen. In contrast, the tundra is characterized by an absence of trees, but if one looks closer, it is a patchwork of wet, sedge-grass meadows, thickets of low scrubs, and drier areas vegetated by cushion and mat-forming plants. The tundra occurs worldwide as well, but in Alaska it is frequently at higher elevations and in northern and western parts of the state. This image shows the extent of tundra, shown in blue, and boreal forest, shown in dark green, in Alaska. Like all ecosystems, Alaska's boreal forest and tundra ecosystems contain the non-living components of air, water, soil, and energy from the sun. Winter brings only a few hours of sunlight each day, plunging air temperatures frequently below 0 degrees Fahrenheit. Summers bring nearly 24 hours of daylight in some places, and air temperatures can be between 68 and 90 degrees Fahrenheit. Permafrost is permanently frozen ground and can be continuous, or occurring everywhere, or discontinuous with spottier occurrences. The active layer, or surface areas of the permafrost, thaw during the summer, while below this layer the ground is frozen year-round. Relative to other ecosystems, the boreal forest and tundra receive little precipitation. However, many sites can be moist or wet because of cool temperatures, low evaporation rates, and permafrost holding moisture above it. Fire is one of the greatest forces of change in the boreal forest and tundra. It is mostly caused by lightning, although people inadvertently cause fires. During spring thaw, the ice quickly breaks up on Alaska's rivers, causing scouring along the banks, ice jams, and flooding as the ice flows downstream. Many living organisms inhabit the boreal forest and tundra, including microscopic organisms, fungi, plants, and a wide variety of vertebrate and invertebrate animals. Microscopic organisms living in the boreal forest or tundra include bacteria, algae, and protozoa. These creatures can only be seen with a microscope. Bacteria are very important as decomposers, and some live as parasites in other plants, fungi, or animals. Fungi of the boreal forest and tundra include mushrooms, molds, rusts, mildews, and rots. These are also important decomposers that break down or decay plants and animals. Lichens are a complex life form that is a symbiotic partnership of two separate organisms, a fungus and an algae. Plants are the most noticeable living components of the boreal forest and tundra. Boreal forest trees include black and white spruce, birch, aspen, and balsam poplar. Shrubs, herbs, grasses, mosses, and ferns also grow here. The tundra is mostly treeless. Mosses and sedges are the most abundant plants in wet tundra. Mat and cushion plants such as moss campion and Arctic bearberry grow in dry tundra. The strong seasonal patterns, permafrost, and low precipitation of the boreal forest and tundra, combined with the topography or landforms, create a vegetation mosaic. The area where two habitats meet are called edges. Edges attract the largest diversity of wildlife. If you want wildlife, you need lots of edges. In the boreal forest, this vegetation mosaic is most visible. Let's take a look at the difference between boreal forest areas facing south and areas facing north. Black spruce and tamarack commonly grow on the wet, north-facing slope. On the dry, south-facing slope, you'll see white spruce, birch, balsam poplar, and aspen trees. In the tundra, there is a less obvious mosaic that can be seen. Permafrost in tundra areas create a variety of landform features, including pingos, or mounds of earth formed by frost action, and polygons, or blocks on the surface caused by freezing and thawing. Here is a pingo surrounded by polygons. Succession is the natural, orderly change in plant and animal communities that occurs over time. Fire can drive the progression of succession, but other natural forces such as insects, human development, floods, or extreme weather can as well. Although succession occurs in the tundra, it is more easily observed in the boreal forest. Plants have specific habitat requirements, so as succession occurs, they are affected. Herb stage 0 to 5 years. Fire has burned the forest, and herbs may grow from seeds and sprout from roots. Shrub seedlings often sprout from unburned roots, and trees sprout from stumps. Shrub stage 6 to 25 years. Shrubs and hardwood seedlings grow taller and begin shading grasses and other small plants. Foods for wildlife, including berries, seeds, buds, and leaves, are plentiful. Young forest stage 26 to 50 years. Hardwood saplings have grown too tall for their leaves to be eaten by most animals. The forest canopy has become more dense, shading the forest floor. Spruce begin growing among the hardwoods. Mature forest stage 51 to 150 years. Mature hardwood trees are less abundant as some die, opening the canopy for spruce to grow taller. There is less of an understory of shrubs, grasses, and herbs. Climax stage 150 to 300 years. The canopy is more open. The forest is mostly spruce trees, some dead or dying. There are hardwoods, tall shrubs, herbs, and mosses in the openings. As succession occurs, animals are also affected. Herb stage 0 to 5 years. Insects and small rodents feed on grasses, herbs, and seeds. Songbirds, such as flycatchers, feed on insects, and birds of prey feed on small rodents. Shrub stage 6 to 25 years. Songbirds, rodents, game birds, and snowshoe hares attract predators such as foxes, weasels, marten, and lynx. Moose feed on hardwood saplings and shrubs. This stage produces the greatest wildlife diversity. Young forest stage 26 to 50 years. Less food variety exists, so fewer wildlife species use this stage. One may see songbirds, birds of prey, or beaver. Mature forest stage 51 to 150 years. Because hardwood trees begin to die, the canopy opens for the growth of spruce, making food and cover for songbirds, game birds, and rodents. Climax stage 150 to 300 years. Dead trees provide homes for woodpeckers and other cavity-nesting birds. Porcupines, squirrels, and spruce grouse thrive. A food chain describes the path of energy and nutrients from the non-living to the living components of the ecosystem. All plants and animals are part of at least one food chain, and often more than one. Many interconnecting food chains form a food web. Producers make food for themselves and all other living things. Plants, lichens, and algae are producers. Some consumers are herbivores, like caribou, that eat producers, such as lichens. Other consumers are carnivores, who eat other animals, or omnivores, who eat both plants and animals. Detritivores are consumers who eat dead organisms and waste materials. Some birds, like ravens, do this, but primarily invertebrates, fungi, and microscopic organisms assist the process of decomposition. Congratulations! You have completed this lesson on forest and tundra ecology. In the next lesson, you will learn about the effects fire has on the ecosystem.